there's a big push from them that, look, I'll get my work done. I have extra hours. Let me take time off. Add those hours. In other words, if I'm doing a great job, if I'm doing my work and I can finish by 11 o'clock on Friday, let me take the rest of Friday off. As a matter of fact, how about I work my tail off and get everything done by Thursday, and then Friday you give me off? And somehow we have a real hard time with that because we almost kind of like, I hate to say this, but it feels like almost the old Puritans. We worry about if someone's having too much fun. You know, what are they doing? What are they working on? They're not here. I can't see what they're doing. So they have to be in the office. But isn't that the negotiation they're striving for? Reward me with time so I can go do other things outside of the workplace.
Because they want to go out. They want to, hey, they're young. When we were young, we liked to go out. I still like to go out and have a good time.
Yeah, but we couldn't. They wouldn't let us because we
wouldn't let us because we had to clock in and clock out.
we didn't know how to argue like they know how to argue.
That's it.
And you know what? We didn't know how to walk away. We did not know how to walk away. My godson got a job and I coached him to it. And he went and got the job and he calls me up like 2 weeks later and says, hey, I quit. I'm like, what? Why didn't you quit? And he says, well, and then he started telling me all the reasons why he quit. He basically said, yeah, I don't want to put up with that in my life. There's got to be companies out there doing things right. And I'm like, whoa. I watched him a month and a half, 2 months later. He got a job about a mile away from my office. And in the interview, he interviewed them just like they interviewed him. Because his attitude is, I'm not going to come in and put up with a different story than all the bill of goods you promised to me during the interview process. And they'll call it and they'll leave. That's honorable, isn't it?
It is. It's very honorable. And you know what I love about them is their ability to be honest with themselves. He was going to be miserable. Yes. And he knew he was going to be miserable. And he's like, I can't do it. We lied to ourselves for how many years? Doing jobs that we hated with bosses we didn't like. And we did it because, well, I got to think of the kids or I got to think of the mortgage, all those things. These kids are brave, bold, and they know exactly what they want, and they're honest with themselves.
Tell me a little bit about how should we talk with them or how should we interact with them? What are some differences?
Well, I think the biggest thing that we need to know is they will be direct, and we can be direct and not hurt their feelings.
Be professional about it.
Be professional about it, and everybody says they're soft. Everybody says, oh, they're a bunch of softies, they're snowflakes, or whatever they call them, right? They're not. Now, what they are is very open to new ideas. We were very closed to new ideas. And that's cultural. That's the difference between us and them, and that's okay. And we just need to learn to be a little more open, and we can listen to them, and we can learn from them. And I think what we have to do is just interact with them on a respect level versus, well, I'm smarter than you are, and you just need
to get the job?
Understand that you don't know anything. Because that's the way we normally treat them.
All right, so you talked about respect, talking to them differently. Their values regarding time and being away from the office, that's also very different, okay? What are some things like in problem solving or in decision making? How do they view things perhaps to how we view? And what are some pitfalls there?
Well, we grew up doing meetings every day. Meetings all the time, right?
Right.
First job out of the military, we had a meeting at 7 o'clock every morning. 7 a.m. You go in there and you spend 2.5, 3 hours going through all these things that happened the night before. Hated it. It was worthless to me. You know, it was zero value. What they learned to do is, hey, email me what those problems are. I'll research it and then I'll deal with it, right? The way they make decisions is Google. They've had Google forever. They're going to do fast research. They do it very quickly. And that way you make decisions for them too quickly. They don't want to spend a lot of time sitting around a conference table talking about it. They say, okay, what's the problem? Let's go research the problem. Here's our 5 solutions to the problem. Pick one. I love them for that because they'll bring, when I'm boss or when I am the boss, they'll bring me 5 different solutions to one problem. Usually I'm just looking for 2, but they will overkill it because their research ability is so much better than ours was.
Now with GPT and artificial intelligence, that's just going to be 10 times. So if we don't take advantage of that, first of all, they were faster with us at research anyway. And now they know how to use AI better than we do. If we don't know how to require more work from them and be clear as to what they're even going to get more bored with is because we're not using the technology that they know it's out there.
That's right. And that's the thing. And we have to make fast decisions. They'll bring us quick solutions. We just have to pick one and help them get to that point. And even ask them, what do you think you would do? That's a great way of getting them involved. It goes right back to that buy-in thing of leadership. They buy in, they're going to follow. And that's the way that works. It can't be just, well, I'm going to do this. And then they'll say, it wasn't one of our solutions, and we don't think that's going to work. But you just went against everything they brought to you. You lost all respect from that team then.
Before coming on board, you talked to me about at the very core of this is keeping the customer first and making that the objective.
Yeah.
Expound on that.
Well, I think the thing that we grew up in a time of customer service. We did, because everybody was vying for the same dollar. Now with Amazon and all those things, you've destroyed a lot of that customer service facing that. But what I think's coming, I think the young generation, those millennials, are really going to bring it back. And the reason I say that is because they desire something like that, because they're going to be the ones with money eventually here, right?
You're right. In 10 years, this game's going to change, and we're going to suffer whether we were nice to them and kind to them or not. We're going to pay for it.
They're the ones that are going to have the money, right?
Right.
Because right now it's us, and we have disposable income, and they're trying to pay rent, and the rent's gone up. All those things have happened.
Correct.
But when you talk to them where they live about, hey, my apartment complex offers great customer service. They know these things. They are growing up in the realm of 4 and 5-star ratings and writing reviews online and all of those things. What I'm saying is that if you put your customer first and you teach them that, if you're in a position as a leader and you have customers and you teach the millennials about that, they understand what a 5-star rating means. They understand all of those things.
Because they were raised that way.
They were raised that way. They are going to bring customer service back, even though it's suffered over the last 10 years.
No, that's good. Hey, everybody, great job making it through this. Go to the next module. Let's get moving to the next levels. Good luck. And again, thank you for joining the program. Honored to help you.